And okay, salutations, you cheeky cunts. Welcome back to another video. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you turn notifications on. Make sure you smash that bell button, and fucking hell, we're back! Terribly sorry for the long wait. Sorry for me and the rest of the Holy Warriors dev team. Obviously, we're waiting for devs. My PC broke down. Bunch of shit happened. Fuck! But it's okay, we're here to make another video. Essentially, the movie is really just going to be a recap on what shit used to look like and what shit looks like now. The game has undergone a lot of revisions with many changes, and it's one of the main reasons why we've taken so long with this project. Also, there's been a lot of games that have released recently that have been blown out of fucking proportion, and then the moment they hit the platform, hit the front page, it's absolutely dog shit, mate. And we don't want that for a game as beautiful as this. Also, after this movie, communication is going to be up tenfold, a lot more sneaks and a lot more videos to show you. We'll have the C-Boss movie come after this, which will be movie 2, and the Progression movie, which is after that, which is movie 3, and after that third one, it'll be time to release sometime this year. And don't worry, in between these movies, we're going to be constantly dropping videos with content on the game. Now, there's going to be a rework on the channel. Now, this main channel is mainly going to be used for official Holy Warriors stuff, official dev things, any projects that I'm working on, and then I'm going to be making a second channel for me playing games and all my fuck shit. Now on that channel, I'm mainly going to be playing like just games that I genuinely find fun, but then also at the same time, the only Roblox games I'm going to be playing on there are games that are like, as I just said before, games that I genuinely deem are fun and have value. So for any of you small developers or any of you YouTubers who have like these projects that you think are fun, then go ahead, send them over to me, please, and I'll put them up on that channel and I'll give them the light that they fucking deserve, because I understand how it is as a developer these days. And it's quite tedious. YouTubers don't want to showcase your work, but hey, shit, if I find your game fun, nigga, I'll fucking play it. But really and truly, one of the reasons why we've taken so long, and this movie is an attest to that, it's simply because of the fact that I want to make sure that everything that we put into the game was completely exemplary. Something that gave you the joy and Roblox that you fucking desired, that you've been waiting for. So I'm glad that me and my team could present this movie here for you today. Now, first of all, I'd like to explain how the Discord is being changed. We're changing to a subs tier list. Premium Tester is going to be officially off sale. It's gone! Finally. But I mean, it's going to be off sale in the next 2 weeks after this movie releases. But now, one of the things explaining about Premium Tester that I've actually had to say for a while now, a Premium Tester and normal tester, the reason why it's so expensive is like you haven't just been buying early access. It's like a package deal. So I actually changed the name of Premium Tester to VIP. I'm going to change the name of Tester to something else. Now, Premium Testers, what they get is constant free items on various different updates, which they can trade within the in-game store and stuff. So they're buying a package deal, and then also on top of that, within their package, they are also early access testers. Now, early access is not on sale yet, but there is one thing. Even though Premium Tester is going off sale, there is still a way to get it. Now, the way to get it is if you buy the server subscription list inside the Discord, which is only about like, what, a £5 or something? A £5 to £2 or $1.99 or something. So just go to the Discord and find that out. And every single 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to host a giveaway for the people who are in the subs list, and then we'll be able to give away some of those people, the premium slots. Now, then also on top of that, all these subs tier list people are going to be getting, premium sneaks and premium, info on the game, because obviously we're now closing up and trying to get to the end of releasing the fucking game for you guys. And I just say, for those of you who thought I was going to abandon the project, realistically, last year I could have just gone off and made some shitty cash grab, made a bunch of fucking money and just fucked off. But Holy Warriors is something very important to me, and I also understand it's something very important to the platform, so it must be completed, it must be finished. So don't worry, I'm not going fucking anywhere, and neither is my team. We will get this game done regardless. Also, for some of those of you who are wondering, yes, the game is going to be PC compatible, Xbox compatible, and mobile compatible. It's cross-platform. And then maybe if we can actually stretch it across, we might go ahead and do a fucking VR compatibility. That'll be very hard, but that's a lot later down the line. But then before I move on quickly, we're gonna do one last fucking giveaway of 10 Premium Tester spots. Yes, 10. Fuck you. I need to calm down. I'm sorry, I've been working on the movie for so long that I'm so happy that it's finally fucking done. But yeah, this giveaway is gonna last about 1 week long, and here are the steps to be able to join it. Step 1, subscribe to the channel and make sure you turn notifications on and like the fucking video. Step 2, follow my Twitter and or the TikTok in order to get more updates on the game. Step 3, officially join the giveaway in the Discord, and then share it to 10 of your friends, and make sure you screenshot yourself sharing it to 10 of your friends. You can share it into a large Discord that you have, and then just give proof to our moderators. And then there's also an optional step at the end. I actually made a new Instagram account. It's going to be my new official Alphirex Discord account. You guys can go ahead and follow that, and then like my most recent post on it as well, because most definitely we are fucking back, baby. Also, before I continue, I'd quickly like to say, hi there, Book. Hi there, Block. Salutations, your boy is back. God, it feels good to be back on the channel. But yeah, one last thing, terribly sorry for myself and the team. I know it's not ideal, but realistically and really truly want to make sure that the game that we make for you is exceptional. And we want to create long-lasting memories with you and your friends. Because I remember when I was young on the platform, I used to play all these fantastic games, and now I understand it is my job to do the same for all of you guys. And I know that some of you guys who play my games are going to be able to play them, and then maybe you will be inspired to become developers, and then so forth and so forth, and you'll be in the position I am. And that's how the cycle of Roblox continues. It's kind of beautiful when you think about it. But yeah, all the mushy shit aside, now let's get started with the fucking movie, mate. All right, Mike Cameron. fucking action. Brilliant. All right, now basically let me explain to you that the weapon skills, all the weapon skills that you saw in the past, they've all been reworked. They've all been reworked visually, and also, you know, the way that some of them act. Some of the moves have actually been completely changed. So basically what I wanted to show you was how the weapon skills looked before and how they look now. So in comparison to, you know, what the old ones look like and what the new ones look like, blah 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 blah. And then also I did want to show you the differentiation in how some of the moves work depending on whether you're on the ground or whether you are in your aerial variant. Now when I say your aerial variant, I'm referring to the aerial launch system that we added into our combat system earlier this year. Now moving on to that point, actually I'm going to take a detour and explain why you did see it in the Rail Seas movie, along with, you know, a few other things that you're probably going to be seeing along the course of this video. Now the Rail brothers are my boys, good friends of mine. Hi Book, hi Block, how you doing, brothers? But evidently some of you have been coming into the server being like, yo what the fuck, you guys copied no, that's not how it worked. They copied it from us, along with our, you know, the aerial launch, the VFX with the, you know, the new combat, the I think that both the ship system we did both kind of take it from Black Flag, but you know, that's still up in the air for grabs. The fish decks, yeah, this is the, you know, their adventure decks they took from us as well. And then, you know, the I think the fishing, did I say that already? Yeah, but that was all. I think aside from that, all the games are pretty, like, you know, rather different to a certain extent. But basically, even if you're watching their movie, there's a small part in it when they're showing the aerial launch where they say this looked good enough to copy.
And it makes sense in this game. I guess I see why people would love to copy it.
That message was not for you guys, it was for me, because, you know, it was a laugh that, yo, we yoinked your shit. Now here, when it comes to developers in that retrospect, when we see something shiny, we go ahead and we fucking take it, mate. So, you know, the people are saying like, oh no, you guys are we're not beefing, you know, we're just trying to make the best possible experience on the platform for all of you guys. Yeah, okay, so here I wanted to show the dates of when we showed off our shit to the public and the dates of when we posted up to the official Discord server in comparison to, you know, the date their movie 2 was released. Now, you see, the funny thing is, one of the reasons why I even tried to make the video unlisted when I shared it out to the public via link to the community was to make sure that they actually didn't yoink our shit again. Well, obviously that didn't work, but the aerial launch, the new VFX on weapon M1s, our fish decks and our fishing, well, yeah, they were all copied from us initially. But aside from that, both games are pretty different, well, somewhat fairly in their own ways. And in my opinion, I think both games are going to be pretty exceptional on the platform. Also, might I add quickly, this was directly intentional because these boys genuinely called me up after their movie was released to laugh at me that they yoinked my shit. Cheeky fucking bastards. But aside from that, yeah. But you know, it is what it is. But you know, I just wanted to show you guys, you know, that came from us directly before any of you start going saying we copied them. No, they copied us. But you know, it's all in good faith. But yeah, I mainly just wanted to get that out so that way we don't get any of that, oh my god, you guys copied them bullshit. No, nigga, they copied first. And in retrospect, we will probably copy some shit from them back because, you know, it's a quid pro quo kind of thing. You know, we're all developers in this field. We all like stealing shit from time to time. Now, if we are all done stealing each other's work, I would like to present to you the new Alphirex submarine. Yes, this is a completely original concept I decided to put into my own game because I decided, you know what? How about we add submarines to the fucking game? Because I thought to do this myself. Now, I like to call this design specifically the Rex submarine, the Rex Frog submarine. Sorry, I'm just fucking with you. Book and Block, you can actually, this one you have permission to copy. That design you can take. I actually made that, I got that made for you guys, so you guys can use that. But yeah, moving on swiftly, let's move on to the, you know, showing you guys all the, you know, the different stuff with the, you know, the weapons and shit. Also, can I just quickly say as well, quick props to my boys, Book and Block, because Rail C is looking absolutely fucking spectacular. And the two of us as well, we had this kind of, you know, back and forth thing because they work harder than we work harder. They add something great and then we have to add something great to be able to counteract what they've just made. It's a really funny back and forth, but the end result is we create the perfect game for you guys on the platform. But I know for one, I cannot wait to get into my crew in Rail Seas and fuck up a bunch of you. But Block did say he's going to be keeping me in Impel Down. So 10,000 Robux for anyone who can keep me out of Rail Seas fucking Impel Down prison. Thank you, please, and fucking thank you. Now, the Warhammer move, what it looks like now, one of the main complaints about the heavy weapons previously was that the weight, you know, it didn't seem like they had enough weight to them. Now, obviously, a lot more weight has been added to them. So obviously, by the way of the animations, you know, the drag back on the player itself, and then also the VFX do help greatly as well. But one of the things as well when it comes to the moves too, obviously, nothing a little screen shake can't fix as well, and then also, you know, better extra debris effects when we're using our moves. This is the new ground shadow effect. I think we might actually want to change the animation as well, but you know, we're pretty happy on, you know, using it as it is now. So take a look at this now. You can be used at any point in the air as well, and you also have like a directional you have directional control as well whilst you're in the air. So if you jump from a very high position and then use this move, you still have directional control mid-air from where you want to, you know, land and position this thing. The next move which we will be showcasing is the Sword of Beginnings, well, the starter sword. Now, the starter sword, this is the main sword that everyone will be getting at the start of the game. So at the start of the game, everyone will be using this, most likely, unless you also get the group sword as well. We'll see what happens. But the offensive slash has been, so let me quickly put on the screen what the old move used to look like. And then this is what the new move looks like. Now, obviously, a lot of these slash move effects on the weapon skills that we had before, we were very lazy with them previously, and, you know, essentially we used the same slash on all of them, and it just wasn't really to my liking. Kind of pissed me off, to be honest. But now, obviously, like, it differentiates between each weapon, and obviously it looks a lot cleaner. And the same thing as I said before, all the weapon skills now feel like they have a lot more weight to them. Also, when it comes to one-handed swords, we did change the way that a lot of them, obviously, well, not only the animations, so you feel a lot better using all the moves for the skills, and, you know, also just doing basic M1ing as well at the same time. It feels a lot smoother. Now, moving on swiftly onto the next weapon, the winged spear. Now, the winged spear, obviously known as the Skywing Lance. So basically, what we've done before, so I'm going to pop on the screen what the old move used to look like, and then this is what the new move looks like. A few things were changed to it due to you know, to help with functionality and whatnot. So obviously, firstly, because of you know, visual purposes, we decided to make sure that the ground, you know, the earth that comes up from the ground, it changes depending on whatever material you're on at the same time, because, you know, it adds a bit more to the immersive experience. And also because, you know, the new way that our combat works as well, you are also able to throw a player, let's say, just above ground level, boost all the way over to them, and then just before you're able to smack them down, you can go ahead and smack them just like that as well. So that's also just a small tech, just that you can do just if you basically know the games you combat to, you know, a moderate level. Because let's say when you're in the sky and you're using something like the Sword of Beginnings, if you go ahead and aerial launch someone, because of the way that the move works in the sky, rather than slamming them down or flinging them up in the air like, you know, the ice axe, it'll allow you to continue the combo, not reset it, but continue the combo and then be able to slam them down, because some of these moves do work as combo extenders. Some of these moves, when it depending on the aerial state, it will end up, you know, like continue the chain in the air or slam you down directly, which allows you to jump up again and then do a plunge move on them and then slap them down again, and then when they knock back, and it's a whole thing. Right, the next weapon that we changed on the agenda is the Mithril Spear. So obviously, the move now before, so obviously, let me put on the screen what the move used to look like. And now this is what the move looks like. So obviously the move has been changed a fair amount. So it's been changed a fair amount, not mainly VFX wise, but then also slightly functionality wise. And when I say functionality wise, the startup has been increased to, you know, a greater speed, so that way you're able to just kind of quick fire it off. Because if you're able to quick fire it off, it makes it a lot more feasible in combat. One of the main problems that we had initially was that, one, it wasn't really a combo extender, and then also, you know, at the same time, it's like you could always see it coming because the charge up was so large. But now, obviously, now you could go ahead and lift someone up in the air, go ahead, use it as a combo extender, but a move like this as well. The last hit, so obviously because of the way the move is situated, oh shit! Because of the way that the move is situated, rather than you continue the combo or like instantly slamming down, oh Jesus Christ, or instantly slamming down, the last move actually decides to go ahead and slam you down while the other ones are doing consecutive hits. Now I need to reset myself before these guys burn the shit out of me. Now on to the Iron Greatsword. The Iron Greatsword, I'm really trying to speed through these so that way, you know, we can get through like as much shit in this movie as possible. So let me just put up quickly what the movie used to look like, and then now this is what the movie looks like now. So what we decided to do with the Iron Greatsword lunge is the first initial part of the move does still act like the let's say the Warhammer, which is a block breaker, but it's still parryable. That means if you see someone coming at you with that move, you're able to parry the move instantly, and then you will have the advantage of being able to, you know, parry, to be able to counter attack them and, you know, get your first good licks in. But then also the ending part of the move is a slashing that is unblockable. There's unblockable, it goes through block, but you are still able to dash iframe around it and dash frame out of it. Now Iron Sword wise, now the Iron Sword, first of all, I do love the new aesthetic of the Iron Sword. Just looks far better in every single way. Look at the detail on that new Iron Sword. Look at that ass. Look at my ass. Look at my sheath. Look at everything. I'm perfect. Now the ass, the sheath, and everything on the Iron Greatsword, it is just so fucking beautiful. But basically, rather than looking at the beauty of the Iron Greatsword, now as I was telling you about the different combo extenders that you have in the air, Some of them will allow you to reset the combo, some of you don't. Some of them will end up flinging you up in the air, some will slam you down onto the floor, they'll bring you back up so you can continue. It's a whole different thing. It's a whole thing. Now, but this Iron's offensive thrust is actually a combo resetter. So what you're able to do, I guess you can if you catch someone off guard, combo start with the, but mainly it is used to reset the combo and get your maximum amount of hits in. There's not a block breaker, which is why we've made it allow you to do this. So that way, like, I feel like a lot of people are going to end up, infusing it into their combos with their different magics and stuff. So let me go ahead and show you an example. If I was to lift up this NPC such as this, hit them with a full string combo in the air, offensive thrust, and then the entire chain is reset, hit them with that, it's quite crazy. Now I can do that on an NPC, but I won't be able to do that on a player, simply because of the fact that the players we do have all of our evasive technique moves as well that we can get out of, and there's quite a lot of our, not only do we have our our actual natural evasive, which I'm just going to show you quickly, which I'm going to show you quickly here. Not only do we have that natural evasive, but then we also do go ahead and have the evasive moves as well as such, like the Inferno Blade also. Now moving on to the gold rapier, the stiletto. Now I'm sure a lot of you are just for some reason just sheer rapier dick riders in all games to come, simply because the elegancy of the way that the rapier moves, and I think the way that we actually remade the movement for the rapiers itself really attests to that. Now first I'm going to show you what the old move used to look like, and then now this is what the new move looks like. Now previously we did allow the final hit to be a block breaker on this rapier move, but now I think the multiple hits also go off a bit too fast, so that way we decided that the final hit doesn't actually need to be a block breaker. We just kind of made it like a combo finisher, because it also does quite a bit of damage. So what you do is obviously you finish the rest of the moves, and then you're able to, and then knocks them back. And then just to change it up slightly, just at the end, Gideon's Needle also got reworked, both model wise, visually, VFX wise. I think we did initially start as a block breaker in the initial making of the weapon, but now it does go through blocks. So I'm just going to quickly show you how it used to look, and then now this is how it looks now. A quick, fast acting block breaker. But yeah, if you take a look at this, fast acting block breaker. And here comes our good friend to try and burn us the fuck out. And last but not least, one of the weapons, the common weapons that was not actually not on the list before. So one of the additions that we actually had to make, we made 2 different additions, well 3. So one of them was magic orbs, and then another one was the fist wraps, which I'll be showing to you later on in the movie. But one of the third one was actually the Apprentice Holy Knight Katana, which is to do with the in-game guild faction, which is the Holy Knight. So if any of you guys watch 7 Deadly Sins, yes, you'll be able to join the Holy Knight guild inside a game, and that's how you're going to be able to arrest people. What we wanted to do was add a feel of immersion into the game, where it's like, because obviously in SDS, when you have a lot of Holy Knights, infusing their own magic into their weapons and whatnot. So what we decided to do is there are a few small visual aspects that we tune up to the game. So let's say when you're charging your mana color is dependent on the magic that you hold, and then that also transfers over to your aspiring light move as well. So when you use your aspiring light move, the color portrayed is dependent on the magic you have, because obviously you're charging your magical energy into your your Apprentice Wooden Katana. So if I go ahead and so as I've gone ahead and changed my magic to ice, now change to blue. It's the small details that matter. Now moving on to the rare weapons, we've got something such as the Shark's Bane. I'm not entirely too sure if we showed Shark Bane previously in the rare weapons, but the Tsunami Dive, at least now you can aim and look at it, point and aim, with your cursor, and then once you go ahead and land, it is also just like the heavy attack weapon, where it is a block breaker, and obviously because it is a rare weapon and is different to the Warhammer, it does actually have a lot more range than the Warhammer as well. You can still also use it in the air and direct where you're going to. And then if you are using shift lock at the same time, rather than you kind of just have a set distance where you're going, and you kind of just go to maximum set distance. Now the Overflood move is also a block breaker, but it is this one does go through block, but the Tsunami Dive is parable and this one is not. So that is also because the charge up is so large. So once you see someone use this move, all you really have to do is back up, and then the end lag gives you enough time to dash in and then try and fuck them up as well.
Nice try, buddy.
Alright, now onto the Infernal Blade. So I think you guys actually, a lot of you guys have also seen the Infernal Blade before. I'm really trying to get through these as quick as possible so that way, you know, we can spend time on things that you guys really want to see, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys want to see, you know, things that you've already seen before. The weapon itself, models-wise, didn't change too much. You know what, I think after the end of this, I'm just going to go and show an entire panel of what, you know, the new models look like for all of the weapons, so that way you guys can get a good look at them. And then, so obviously I'm going to put on the screen quickly like what the weapons used to look like, weapon skills used to look like. I think the first move itself was subject to change, so that one actually changed completely, and then the last move itself is mainly just a visual rework, but then also at the same time we did also add a soft auto track to the firing off of the moves, so that way, you know, for people that are flying or people that are moving around quite a bit, it does like softly auto track to them, so if they're staying a bit too still, then they're able to still get caught by it. It is still a blockable move, so obviously don't worry if you're blocking. You will still be able to block a majority of it, but it does do quite a lot of hit damage to your block as well. So you can't really just take all of them if you've been taking a lot of damage throughout the entire fight. Now the first move is changed to Doombringer. This is a block breaker. It can be used in the air to fling people back, or can also be used as an evasive while you're being attacked by people. Or then you've got Hellbringer Fire, which is the projectile move as well. Now onto the Ice Axe, a fan favorite of what you guys also remember from the rare weapons previously. So this actually mainly was just a visual rework. It actually acts the exact same as you had it before, because you know it was pretty much goddamn fucking perfect, mate. So the main thing that here to look out for is, you know, the same way that we've changed up the ice in the game. So actually this ice, we did a massive rework on our ice magic as well. So I'll give you a small little preview. And I'll be showing that a lot later, so I'll be showing, you know, the full ice magic a lot later, because there are quite a few things that you do need to know about that, because you know, as I was saying, different moves change in the air depending on the ground, or if you hold them too long, and yeah, it's a whole thing. Now moving on swiftly, the second move for the Ice Axe is still the Glacier Impact, or the Frostbite Assault, my apologies. Oh Jesus, these guys don't like me hitting them. Oh, fuck that. Perfect. So you can still use all of these, and at the end of it, it slams them down. The Crystal Blade, I believe we might have showed before. The moves themselves have actually changed. So the first move, well, the second move has changed. So the first move is actually still the exact same, still same functionality, but a small punch has been added at the start of it, so that way, if so the move is blockable, but the first part, if you are too close in front of the person, they do a downwards punch on you, breaking your block. Over here, as you can see, they're able to break the block, but if I'm able to do it in front of their face, then I just slam down with a punch and I break their block, and then I'm able to continue a punch. So some of these moves, obviously, if you play the game more, you're going to be able to understand that you just got to be able to be a lot careful for quite a lot of weapons, and there are a lot of weapons in the game as well. So I think the more you guys do play, the more you're going to get more familiar with, you know, all the different weapons in the game, and you know how they're able to, you know, get past your defenses and whatnot. So you always got to keep a keen eye for. You got to keep a keen eye for what weapon someone is carrying, what magic they're using, and what combat style they're using as well. Because we also did go ahead and then added a bunch of new combat styles as well. And then along with that, all of the you know, different moves and shit as well. So I'll explain all of those later. And now one of the final new, rare weapons that we actually did add as well, which was a Fimbulvator, which is a boss drop. Now the I don't think, actually, you know what, I think it's a normal, no, it's a boss drop. Yeah, it comes from the Caesar boss, which we're going to be showing later in movie 2, well, I think just before the movie 2, in a showcase of how the larger bosses work. Now the Rune Frost move. This is a projectile move. You can use it from anywhere, a bit like Rukio's move from Bleach. Using this will capture the player in ice and then be able to smack them up in the air and you know, just kind of leave them there to do a jolt up in the air and an ice cube, fall back down. Pretty nice. It is a blockable move as well, so don't be afraid, even though, you know, you can kind of catch anyone from anywhere with it. And also there's a massive symbol on the ground, so it does give you enough time to you know, get the fuck out of there. So it's mainly used when you can kind of predict where someone's going. You made them use all of their side dashes and whatnot. Very cheeky. But then the second move is an instant combo extender called Winter's End, which also, you know, encases them with the freeze effect. So let me go ahead and show you on these dummies real quick. Can be used for combo extending. Lift them up in the air again. And then when I do slam them down, Oh shit. Use the move. It's not going as I planned. It's not going as I planned. It's not going as I planned. There we go. Okay, that's a bit fucking crazy. But yeah, basically what you guys probably saw there right now is you see the critical hit at the very end. So the critical hit, you can probably see that tunes into our new combo counter. So our combo counter, depending on the amount of hits that you get inside a fight, and as you can see, there's a small little timer on the end of it as well. Depending on the amount of hits that you get inside of a fight, the moment you get to Dragon Style, which is at 60 hits, you are able to do a critical hit at the end of every single combo finisher. So at the end of your M1s, and then at the end of your M1 strings, and then also it does change the effect of some moves as well. So I'll actually be explaining that when we get onto showing the magic moves. Because there are some moves which actually work as they're not block breakers, but the moment you do end up on your critical hit stage after you reach 60 hits, they will be able to surpass block, doing critical hit damage and breaking someone's block. Oh, you know what? I didn't actually show you the final move, the second move of Crystal Blade. So the Crystal Blade second move is actually a cutscene, which is holdable, and it's called 1000-fold slash. Pretty nice, pretty snazzy, and I'm going to refresh quickly so that way he's good. Oh, nope. Now moving on quickly, what we're going to go on to is Dark Ledger. So this weapons moves are actually subject to change, as we did actually rework the VFX for the moves, but we also didn't account for trying to want to change up the the way that the weapon skills work. There's the counter for the move. The second move, I think the sound effects still need to be done for it. And then the third move is say slash, and then a projectile into a a little vortex hit that we can also use as a normal projectile. I'm cooked. I'm cooked.
Better luck next time.
And as I feel that this segment is actually getting a bit too long, what I want to do quickly is I'm going to go ahead and show you guys I'll show you like one of the moves of Red Piety, and then I'll show you the Cracked Spear as well, which is one of the mythical drops from the Kraken boss. Now the Red Piety move which I want to show you is a Bloodletting Strike, which is just like to show you like functionality on some weapon skills and some moves as well. Now obviously as you guys can, sorry, I'm just eating a bit, trying to get my saturation up for my food. I'm just gonna get over my saturation bar. Alright, now the initial move, the Bloodletting move, the Bloodletting Strike. As you guys can see over there, it's I'm healing up, but also at the same time it's like it takes away my health from me. Yeah, that's simply because of the fact that this move itself, it like mainly banks on you trying to take from others, and the lower health that you get, the more the lower health that you get inside of a fight, if you use this on another player, you're going to be able to inflict more burn damage on them. And then you're also going to be able to like take a lot more, you're also going to be able to like take a lot more health from them, so you can it can help you in the lower end of a fight. So let's say you are fighting in one of these scenarios, a lot of the time, rather than going ahead and just like using all of your weapon skills, and you're probably mainly going to be banking on using your magic skills or like one of your combat skills, just to be able to like continue like getting in the amount of damage. But if you start to get low within a fight, then you're able to use a move like that to be able to inflict burn damage on them, and then also get some of your health back, because the lower you are, the more health you take from them when you use this move, and the more burn procs you do to them as well. So you see how in the middle of a fight, since I'm already low health, at the moment I start attacking, I can gain my health back, but if I miss him, then obviously I put myself in a position where I'm more likely to even lose more health. So a move like that is also more of like it's a tactical gain back of your health, and you got to be very smart when you use it. But there are quite a lot of moves like that in game, which are also like you kind of just have to think when you're using them in order to tactically fight. Now onto the mythical Kraken Cracked Spear. Now this spear is actually probably one of the most used things in testing right now because of how versatile it is. It is also it is a crazy moveset. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you quickly what all the moves are quickly before actually using them inside of a fighting setting. So the first move, called Snag Harpoon, you are able to launch this shit across the map to be able to get someone. and then pull them towards you. It's parryable, so when the player is pulled towards them, then it is parryable, then they can parry you, and then you can they can get a counter off you. But the main thing you have to be careful of really is that you have to try and catch them off guard with it when they're not really expecting this out, where they can't really parry you. And then the second move, not only does this it can be used in combos, so when you're already hitting someone with your M1s, then you can use that, but then it can also be used as a projectile, as you can see, to be able to shoot across someone. This is also an attack and a counter, so if someone hits me during this, it parries them, counters back, and then it goes into a whole cutscene move if you're able to land the hit. And then this is a AoE slashing, kind of like a mini cutscene move that brings everyone onto a bunch of spikes. Now let me go ahead and show you how to use it in action. Oh shit, missed it. Can I please keep in mind as well, you will not be able to do this to players, because obviously we've made sure that with how smart the NPCs already are, we wanted to ensure that they weren't able to use their evasion bar, because obviously a lot of the time for humans, for players to be able to get out of combos, we use our evasion moves, we use our evasion bar, and it makes it a lot easier. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Yeah, so we made sure that these guys aren't actually able to use evasion. So a lot of your crazy infinite combos, you're going to be able to use them on NPCs like these a lot more. But that is if you're actually able to catch them in the first place, because they are still pretty damn intelligent. Jesus Christ. I just ended up having an all-out war with these guys. No, you don't. See how he's about to yeah, you saw how he was about to hit me with the blaze ult, but I was able to pull him by and then get past him. Brilliant. I mean, that brings it to all the weapon skills I want to show for this. So yeah, I think we'll leave it there. And oh yeah, let me show you what all the new weapons look like, and then I think we'll actually leave it there. And what I want to do first, I want to go about and explain to you all the kind of mini changes we'd done tweaks wise to ensure that the boss was fun to fight. And obviously even now I feel like the bosses are still subject to some form of change, but I think this is the main rough variations of the kind of small level bosses that we're gonna have. So physics wise, we fixed how some of the moves were able to allow you to go past the boss. So initially we were able to let's say a move one of these bloodletting moves for the cracked spear, it travels you forward, it gives you momentum when you use it. So obviously here we allowed it to make sure that when you use it here, it stops your momentum, so that way all the damage you want to inflict on the boss, it goes directly to it rather than pushing you past it. Because obviously the bosses in game work a bit like the Elden Ring bosses, which don't have a proper stun to them, but more you attack them, you give damage onto them, and then they stagger, and then that's when you're really able to capitalize on damaging them. We also decided to go out of our way to try and make the boss a lot more responsive, because originally when we had first made the boss, so first of all we made the the moves for the boss, and then we started working on the movement. But then also what we realized is that the boss, even though with all the attacks that it was doing, it wasn't really quite reaching the player. So we made a few tweaks and adjustments up to its speed and then its hitbox, and the way that tracks onto the player. So even its normal M1s, it tracks onto the player directly at you now, in order to actually catch the player a lot easier. So that way it's a lot more challenging when you're fighting it. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you that later on in the fight. Okay, now here's a quick note I wanted to add. All bosses and mesh deformation mobs in game are actually able to, we made it so you're actually able to transform into them. You guys won't be able to, but by dev console we're actually able to transform into them and use all the moves as we please. And that's mainly because of the fact that when it comes to closed community for the game, so the actual community for the game, not the main RP, when it comes to the community side of the game, let's say for those of you guys who are SDS fans, the lower ranking demons will actually be the red demons in the game. So it's a bit like in the actual series, where the lowest ranking of the demon clan were the red demons and the grey demons. So inside the actual game, the red demons and the grey demons are actually bosses, but obviously in game, we want to allow people to actually play as like the different mesh deformation bosses and stuff. It makes it a lot easier for us to ensure that the AI can think like an even better player if we can ensure that it has all the capabilities of one. It made it a lot easier for us in general, just allowing us to every single mob or every single monster and boss that we add into game, that we're actually able to turn into ourselves, and that we can fully really like delve into and test it properly. And when it comes to significantly larger bosses like the Caesar model, which I'm probably just gonna pop it on the screen here real quick, but you know, like the Kujira, which is a sea boss, or you know, especially one of these larger bosses, we decided to add a sort of jiggle feature towards the larger bosses, such as like they do in Elden Ring and whatnot. So that way, if you're hitting a very large creature, rather than having to, you know, flash the entire mob red, which kind of gets a bit tacky in my opinion, the specific body part which you are attacking will jiggle, so that way you have kind of confirmation that you're attacking the correct certain part that you've intended to. And then obviously, when you've dealt enough damage to one of those parts on one of the larger bosses, depending on where you focus your attacks, the boss will change how it reacts to you. And as I mentioned earlier, we'll show the full Great Ape Caesar boss battle in a different video though. Probably in the next movie, or yeah, in a separate video, as I mentioned earlier. Also, before I show you this, you need to be wary because some of the bosses actually, you know what? Rather than explain to you, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you this.
Secret passage.
Salutations, you cheeky cunt. Oh, hold on, give me a second. I gotta open a beer. Oh.
Okay. All right.
I'm over here.
let's
Why are
go.
you fucking spamming in the back like an idiot? Let's move. What are you doing?
You cool.
Yeah, wasting time.
Hey, why y'all wasting time? That's it right there.
I swear. All right, let's go.
Ooh, you on the throne like Igris.
Type B.
This is gonna be crazy. Oh,
Yeah, we can't leave now. We're locked in here. Yeah, best of luck, boys.
Okay then.
I feel like I'm cooked, bro.
Oh no, you are good.
Swift engage. Go on.
I got him. I got him. I don't have a
Wait. Do we need to be in a party or?
No, we don't. Just fight him normally.
Wait, do the cutscene moves work on him or not?
No, they don't.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
If I hit any of you, I'm sorry. Wait, no.
Yep.
Bro was mixing me up.
Yeah, no, fuck this.
Oh,
bro.
I didn't name that. Okay. Let's use the alt.
Oh, get him. He down.
Wait.
He's not down just
While
yet.
I do that, charge my mana.
Oh yeah, who just grabbed me? What do you do?
I'm sorry. I gotta change the lighting for this place. I don't like the lighting in here. You say he's fucking the shit out of you, bro.
Oh,
I missed.
He's getting fucked up. He's fucking the shit out of me.
Here we go.
Oh no, fuck this. Yeah, someone do the cutscene on him. Yeah, you got him.
Just not.
Wait, what button is it through the cutscene? Is it just M1?
So no, you just M1 here.
Okay.
I got him.
He's like at half.
No.
I need to block. Let me block more.
Why is he focusing on me? Blood
He's not focusing on me. Alright, I'm charged.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die, y'all.
I feel like I haven't contributed enough here.
You'll be alright.
I just wasted my ult.
I'm sorry.
He's down. Wait, he broke instantly.
Who used that spike?
Yo, what is the... No, I'm actually gonna die, bro. If I die, do I respawn in here, or am I cooked?
No, you don't. You see that? The entrance is locked, bro. Yes, oh no, I can't even complain because I've been hitting half of you.
Oh, bro, I'm like, what am I almost
Wait, you
there?
gripped someone. Who did you grip? Who died?
I'm just trying to survive, so you know, I'm not just staring at a wall.
I thought I could parry it. I didn't parry it.
Thank you, Paul.
Bro, I might die. I actually might die. When you're pumped, I actually might die. Yo, someone take over.
Don't worry, I'll save y'all.
Since we're not in a
Yeah,
party, bro.
Never mind.
We're hitting each other. We're all hitting each other.
Yo, party's not gonna fucking help you. It just reduces damage slightly, bro.
Slightly better than that. What the flip?
I got him there. M1.
I tried to get him low. It didn't work.
No, he's not to be.
Yo, no, because the cutscene, the cutscene gets him a lot lower than.
I'm murdering people when they come inside this room. On me.
Wow.
Oh no, hell no.
Give me a player killer.
My God. I gotta be.
You're the same age.
Eating the Beyblade, bro. It's a joke. It's not that serious.
All right, I'm a ult.
Wait.
Why is it whenever I try to ult, bro, he cancels it?
No, don't look at me. Don't
Wait,
look
try and
at
part,
me.
try and part.
I ain't dying here.
It didn't work, it didn't work, it didn't work, it didn't work.
I ain't attempting no parries, bro.
I tried. But no, the parries is how we get the most damage on him. Hold on. Got him.
Y'all about to die again,
Wait,
bro.
I got you.
I'm sending it back. I'm dying for anyone.
Yeah, I gotta sit back. I'm
Now I can put my harness.
It didn't work. Yo, someone take him off. Someone.
Yeah,
Wait, y'all really playing?
let the ability off, bro. Bro's charging.
Okay, no. Hold on. Can we talk for a second? Now I'm in the corner. I want to be trying to fight, like let off a whole firing over in my face.
Yeah,
Are you
what's
crazy,
that,
bro?
He's trying to save me.
No. One of you own up to it now. One of you own up to it now. One of you just tried to fucking murder me.
Ice man, you can't be beat.
No, it's this nigga. I can watch you. I can see your aura. It's a fucking blaze, nigga. You prick.
All right, let's.
I'm just gonna sit back and
I need you crap.
protection strikes.
You better die. I'm dead. Who just killed
What do you mean he's about to die? He's looking, yo, someone please, I beg you. Yo, someone please, I'm gonna die. Someone please, I'm gonna die. No. You're doing more damage than me.
I'm actually one shot. Please, someone kill it. No way it kills me whilst I'm one shot. Wait, I'm still alive.
My own teammates are killing me, bro. This is not, bro. Pop.
Did you get it?
Don't worry, I'll ult.
Wonderful.
It's over.
Save
Oh,
you
we
into
got it.
It's finished.
Oh, thank fuck. No, we got it. It's done.
It's a death animation.
Why is he back alive again?
We're Pop
Yeah,
teammates.
best of luck, boys. I'm out. Best of luck, boys.
What?
This is. We have to do it again.
Pop.
Yeah, that's the second. No,
It's the second
no,
phase. Oh yeah, Swift is done, mate.
Yeah, you're cooked,
Nah,
bro.
he's after me. Oh, not anymore.
Oh,
Never
no, I
mind,
bet. No, he's got a flash teleport. Yeah, Pump, you're fine, right? Yeah, good.
I'm healing at the moment. I'm out of combat.
Yeah, I'm getting my reservoir.
My own teammate.
I got it.
Once my health is back, I'll go.
I got a
crazy.
cutscene. Wait, no, I think he wants me now.
He really is teleporting. He's teleporting.
He's got a flash teleport. Which one of you dumbasses tried to hit him with an ult and failed?
Who's that, bro? Who's actually that dumb, bro?
Did somebody swap places?
Alright, who just fucking hit me, bro?
Alright. Oh.
Oh no, you'll be fine. You'll be. Oh no, he's not fine.
He broke my block.
Guys,
I think I'm
he's
cooked
not
here, Chad.
fine. He's not fine. He's not fine.
Can he go after a revolver? Like, leave me alone.
He was just after me. Don't
He's
involve
not
me.
fine. He's not fine.
Homos.
Absolutely murdered.
I'm
out.
Oh yeah, cooked.
Yeah,
I'm
fuck that
hiding
shit,
in this
bro,
log.
no.
Oh, okay. I'm.
What do you mean you're hiding in that log? Nah, nigga, we're fighting equally, nigga. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm one tap. You could breathe and I'm dead.
Oh wait, Ags, yo, hit him a little bit.
Yeah, I'm him. So he just
I'm
needs
gonna try
to
to chase him down. Got him. Oh, thanks for hitting me, bro.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Please.
Yeah, he can do that.
Wait,
Oh.
so, am I not gonna heal?
No. I think I'm next. Guys, someone?
Wait, he's chasing
I'm
you.
Warn me, guys, I'm coming.
It's a kill.
I got it.
You're a sacrifice.
I got it.
Sacrifice.
No, why is
go?
he
What
coming
the fuck?
after me, blood? I'm coming right next to Sage.
This scumbag.
What's going on? What's
Did
going
you
on?
hit him?
Wait,
He
hold
did
on. I
it.
got this.
Nah,
I got him.
I did.
Got him with one.
Oh, I found it, but there's a barrier.
Guys,
Let me-
somebody please help me.
You got it.
Gosh, it's fully. I think I hit you instead of hitting him.
Oh, you think? Really? Dickhead.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie. This guy wants to run
Hold on.
ones. I can't run ones with him, bro.
Yeah, he's made to directly target. Jesus Christ, hold on, I can't even explain shit.
Whoever the strongest man in the room is.
No,
Swift, you have the most HP, please.
Guys, Swift, do something.
I'm going in. I'm going in.
Do something. Something.
Go in. There we go. That's some damage.
Oh, wait, shit, my bad.
Come on.
Guys,
Oh, I got a charge. Got a charge.
guys. Guys, somebody?
Yeah,
Somebody's just looking at me. What? You're just looking at me.
I got you.
Your king is here.
Y'all safe. Y'all safe. Y'all safe.
I downed him. Oh, I'm in a cutscene without beating his ass. I'm being boom. Bah. Oh,
Ooh, okay.
I don't know
I
about
see you.
that.
Okay, thanks for that, Swift.
Jesus Christ.
Swift, do I look like the Minotaur?
Guys.
Swift is here.
Okay.
Swift is trying to full combo me. Swift, get out of here.
You just ignition fisted me, you dickhead!
Bro, I was trying to hit the Minotaur, bro. You was right there.
Oh, really good fucking job, you prick!
Help.
Okay.
Oh, now you want help. This guy was trying to.
I'm one tap.
This guy's
I don't
busy
even.
trying to player kill me. Talk about some axe help.
There we go. Landed right on him. Let me use my weapon,
Oh no!
bro.
Look out! No, he's gonna just jump that thing.
It's attacking his
Guys,
teammates.
no, I'm cooked. Yo, I'm cooked. Get someone, please.
Not if I can help it. Not if I can help it.
I'm sorry, that's
What do you mean help me? What? Yo, somebody help me! Somebody help me! Look at me!
Thanks, bro.
That's not even me. I'm hitting the boss right now.
Yo, somebody please! Somebody please! He wants me. He wants me.
Nope.
Look, he's dead now, right?
I did it. Guys, I did it.
Sage,
Oh
you're
my
such
God.
a hero, bro. Sage, you're such a hero.
Hero? Most of the fucking damage I got was from you!
No, Swift, can you stop team killing?
Wait, why is it bad?
In your
Am I
ass.
tripping?
No, that cancels the win. That cancels the win. That cancels. No. Now, what I want to do quickly is I want to explain how the boss works. Now, obviously, the Minotaur boss has two stages, as you guys just saw previously in the small little battle we did with the YouTubers. And as you guys have seen, they're very large mesh deformation characters, which are the race transformations. And the Raw actually has a special ability to be able to knock you out of that form, so that way you're able to fight him on a base level, which is more so assuring that you fight the Minotaur whilst you're on your R15 stage. So that way all the moves that it has are able to work on you properly. The next move I'm showing here is the Tornado Spin. Now, Tornado Spin is not a block breaking move, and it is blockable, but obviously because of the way that it tracks around you, it can actually end up going behind your block. So what you have to do constantly whilst this move is happening is you have to be facing directly towards the Minotaur, but whichever way it's coming at you, that way you can block as much damage as you can, because it is quite a high damaging move. The next move here is the Heavy Attack. Like the other AI in the game, the boss can tell if you're blocking, so if you are close by and you are blocking, it will use this move in order to break your block and block break you. Now what I'm going to show here is the Minotaur Charge. Now the Minotaur Charge works in a very specific way, where if it catches a player whilst you're in its path, it's going to pick you up and travel you along. But if it does not manage to slam into a wall, then obviously it stops and then gets into its posture break mode. We're actually able to do some amounts of damage to it because obviously it's not attacking back. Now obviously if it does slam into a wall, that is where it does its most damage to you, and then all the players that's picked up along the way will get knocked back in the air. Now with stage 2, we decided to throw the Minotaur's weapons away and make him seem a bit more unruly. That way he kind of seems like he's gone mad with rage. Now what you saw in the fight beforehand is the M1 string that it's got. You're probably wondering why the tracking was so good. Now that's because the M1 string actually travels quite a lot, and whilst it does track, it also has a soft auto track directing towards the closest player, and when it does grab you, it does a cutscene which deals a fair amount of damage. Now the Leap Slam has 2 stages of attack damage, and also it does go through block. It is a block breaker, and also it does have soft auto track on it as well to ensure that the player needs to be able to think when it's coming at them to get away from it. Now as for the flash step move, which you guys were probably quite confused about in the fight, it tracks onto the player in its sight, and it actually does a quite a long range, but if it does grab you, it goes through block and then also does a cutscene which deals a fair amount of damage.
Now here initially I wanted to go through the effort of showing you the sheer amount of work we have gone through in order to fully reconstruct the way that we create our maps and buildings which have interior spaces, in order to ensure that all you players feel fully immersed into the game and get that encapsulating feeling of an RPG game on Roblox which you so desire. In order to do this, we had to carefully first construct the designs for all of our buildings and decide whether we wanted them to be open plan where you can just run in quickly for efficiency, such as the potion shop shown initially, so you can run in and purchase enchantment scrolls and or potions, or quickly sit at a stand and make a potion yourself and then be out on your way and explore the rest of the game. Then when it comes to something as important as taverns in an RPG game, every single floor had to be properly planned out beforehand so we could really hit the medium where we could keep the detail up enough for all of you to feel amazed by your environment, whilst also leaving enough space for you to socialize and fight whilst keeping it all optimized. This new approach for us buildings wise has helped us tremendously improve our environmental aspect of the game and makes the users feel much more immersed. On that note, all islands for the game have been completely redone aside from the Guild 4 islands, since they were damn near perfect. But navigating back to that point on the new buildings which have interior spaces to navigate through, a large thing for us approaching this, as you can see here, was also ensuring that there were places which have very large open spaces like this due to the new extroverted combative nature of the game, with numerous interactive quests and many boss battles, which slightly differ from the more homely tavern vibe in which you were presented with earlier. Then still at the same time, we decided to keep some of our more tight-spaced and enclosed interactive buildings such as our blacksmith shops, as I felt that some stores did still need that feeling of an in-depth enclosure to really immerse yourself into the idea of purchasing and upgrading items with an interactive NPC inside of an RPG store, which a lot of great games do to this day, such as Skyrim and many others.
Ah yes, the old maps. Now, for example, I decided to use Amalfi Island, which some of you guys had seen before, as you know, the main example of what the old maps used to look like. Now, if you see here, the terrain is all very blocky, and it's very hard for us to navigate through, like our NPCs to navigate through, and also our wildlife, which you've added in, which I'm going to be showing you later, to navigate through these maps and islands. Also, if you can see here, everything's a bit too clustered and too close by. Obviously, we do still get that same very homely feeling of walking through a city and being immersed by the environment, but also at the same time, it's a bit too enclosed for a combative sense, because the game has gone through massive combative reworks where all of the combat is a lot more fragrant and a lot more widespread, especially when it comes to transformations as well. So it'd be a lot harder for players to be able to navigate through these towns whilst they're in their goddess mode or their demon mode or their giant mode or so on. But yes, essentially the old maps did look fine to a certain extent, but in my eyes they were severely lacking something. They were severely lacking substance and a certain level of detail which matched the the aesthetic qualities of everything else in Holy War X. So all of them needed a massive rework, not only to be able to match the aesthetic qualities of Holy War X, but then also the new combat and the new systems that have been added to the game as well. And after having maps like these, it was very hard for us to wrap our head around the direction in which we wanted to take in order to evolve the environmental aspect of the game. But I feel that what I'm about to show you now definitely was able to reach those standards. Now, as I explained earlier, we essentially decided to aim for a new interactive build style where you can enter houses and buildings and taverns and fight inside them, where you can also destroy props inside of them too, such as barrels and tables, and be able to pick them up and throw them up at your opponents. Like the trees in game, the destruction of buildings are completely and entirely weight-based. So you'd only find destruction of non-interactable buildings whilst the player is using alt attacks on them, or whilst you're in one of your racial modes, such as the goddess mode, the demon mode, the giant mode, and so forth.
Now when it comes to the layout of the islands themselves, as we evolved our combat, I decided that the maps of the game not only need a visual rework, but practically they need to be more widespread out in order to account for all the large new forms, boss battles and aerial launches. Furthermore, with how smooth and satisfying it is to fly, we really wanted to ensure that you could take in your surroundings for a longer period of time, before your stamina runs out of course.
Now I'll try and be quick with this, but for example, when I say rework the islands, obviously some places would still serve their purpose incredibly well, like the mine shaft where you gain your ores which help you with your weapon progression have been transferred over very easily, or underground caverns like the labyrinth on Zera Island which houses the Minotaur world boss. But then the overworld map, such as the general landscape of the original Amalfi Island, is what has been reworked, terrain and spacing wise, whilst also incorporating the new style of building spoken about earlier, so all of the islands in general feel a lot more interactive with more of an explorative world RPG vibe. As you see here already, the new island itself is far better spread out for combat, while still somewhat adhering to the detail to enjoy the scenery whilst walking through it, with connecting underground caverns via minecarts to make your journeys from point A to B a lot faster. Then, as you see over here, is another example of the new building styles added in order to add more of an interactive feel to the buildings, making it feel a lot more like an RPG. All other islands have undergone the same transition apart from Leonis, since we somewhat feel that it still meets the standards of quality to this day. And the other 5 combative fort islands which are capturable by guilds for your in-game custom guild progression and obtainable perks. If you guys are wondering what those are, they are these large islands which are capturable by player guilds. Holding one of these forts for your guild will help you amass guild gold or guild points in order to increase the size of your guild, get new guild uniforms and unlock custom buffs and perks for your guild. Now in the future we'll drop a whole separate video on guild wars and guild progression, or just chuck it in the next movie. Oh, and in order to be able to capture one of these fort islands in the first place, you need to destroy the fort's defenses first, which I was firing at, using your ship, most likely an endgame ship, and then claim the fort as your own. Those of you who have played Assassin's Creed Black Flag will be very aware of this system. Within the game, progression itself is both linear and non-linear. You can progress most aspects within the game, such as your blacksmithing, flight, stealth,
lockpicking, weapons, cooking, magic, fishing, and many more. And these will all help tie into your overall level. But when it comes to the main linear progression, you actually find yourself going through our game's custom storyline, which will help you make the jump between around levels 1 to 5, completing not only combative but also problem-solving tasks and objectives. Seeing that the next story level requirement would be at about level 10, to make up the remaining levels, one would have to indulge in set side quests which you can pick up from NPCs stationed around the respective islands. Then, getting more towards the endgame guild wars and ship or sea farming also ties into how one would progress. One of the main cool aspects of the game is how we decide to customly tackle making our mission system, which I would speak on further, but since some developers can't keep their fucking hands to themselves these days, we're going to wait and throw it into the next movie or just in a separate video after that. On the topic of ships, I should probably mention we decided to pay quite a bit of attention to our sea warfare and travel. And since we already ensured that PvP was dope as fuck, as you all previously saw earlier in the year, and yes, the ships are optimized and incredibly fun to use, I know. But we wanted to make sure that the PvP on ships was solid as well. In order to do that though, we have to take quite a different approach with the NPC ships to make sure that they had a more of a wide deck layout plan, so that way it's easier to fight on, and even using modes as well. Now, for gameplay purposes, we wanted to make sure that the NPC equivalent was quite a bit larger than the average player counterpart. This way, towards the end game, when you're trying to farm these NPC endgame ships for, you know, good drops and loots and materials and crafting and whatnot, you would most likely need multiple player endgame ships and a high level players, which in turn will make, you know, the fights a lot more entertaining and just, you know, a lot more fun for the users themselves. Now, regarding loots and drops, the way ship battling works is that a ship will have two stages once its health is fully depleted, where the first one is when all the ship's health is gone, the ship will now be stationary, unable to move and on fire. And at this point, you will have two options. You can either fire upon the ship and, you know, again, to sink it fully, and then take half of the resources stored on that ship, or you can line up your ship with that one and then use the boarding feature, defeat all the crewmen aboard, take the ship's chest stored on the back of the ship in order to take all of the ship's resources. I just wanted to touch on that subject lightly, but I'll go into more detail with it in the next movie, where we showcase, you know, fully all of our sea stuff with our sea bosses. And obviously I don't want to yap too much in this movie, and I want to get this done as concisely and as quickly as possible. Salutations, part 1. Now, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and show you all the new cutscenes for the game. We got all the animations remade, you know, to obviously make it look a lot better for the game. Now the down tilt was changed to a plunge, which has a bit more forward motion, meaning that you now actively have to aim. So it takes a lot more skill than just jumping up in the air and then slamming down, as well as the fact that we went out of our way to add a height checker as well. So that way, if you jump normally and then do the plunge, it doesn't actually block break, but you know, it stuns you if you are able to land the attack. But if done from a greater height, then it breaks your block. Also, all in all, it just looks a lot cleaner, a lot sleeker, a lot nicer. Active abilities in order to close the distance between players was also added. Now there is an active ability for every single weapon class and combat style, but we also changed it so that not all of them combo extend anymore. Through vigorous testing and, you know, with the main testing team, we found that too many infinite combos were being created with it, and it kind of ruined combat. So only now the short sword can combo extend using an active ability off like an M1 combo string due to its rare and unique nature. Also due to the fact that within the series, all short sword users happen to be the pinnacle of strength in the show. So you know, let's say Meliodas, Esterosa, Zeldris as well. So we decided to give the game, you know, this specific fan service. And then also there's only a few short swords in game anyway, and you know, they're actually quite rather rare to find. So also all weapon classes, due to their attack speed and base damage, have now essentially called for their own unique play style, which is quite cool, which adds a certain individuality to the game. And then also each weapon has its own base stats, which go as far as base damage, and then we'll gain things such as weapon skills and weapon skill damage and posture damage as you upgrade the weapon within the blacksmith, which I'll touch on later on. Now with our new combat last year, we decided to add the aerial launch into game. The aerial launch is where you launch your opponent into the air and you're able to follow up with a continuation of the combo, which takes up about a third of your reservoir when you do that. Evading actually takes up all of your reservoir bar, and how to fill it back up quickly is actually landing damaging hits, encouraging all players to push and attack a lot more to ensure that, you know, we don't end up with infinite combos. So even though the game is true stun and has parries for, you know, the heavies attacks and also certain different attacks, it's not really a true stun game. And won't allow those long draining infinite combos, which feels like you're in a never-ending cutscene, as long as you push the pace of your fight. The new aerial launching, however, which we decided to fix up, we decided to make the aerial launch just launch people up into the air and, you know, just throw them away, and reset the pace of the fight so that way the fights could be a lot more intense. And the second reason is so that way we could utilize magic skills a lot more, where you can now use your magic skills to launch people into the air, and then you can do your follow-up kick to them, and then, you know, do all your combos on them in the air. Now progressing combat styles is also quite a cool feature that we are adding to the game for the melee part of the game. As those of you who enjoy, you know, hand-to-hand combat and throwing those fucking hands, if you focus your attention more there in that category, then the melee class that you've chose, you can actually decide to evolve them to a specific path later down the line. Like for example, the Meliodas style later down the line, you can evolve into the dragon style, or karate, it will evolve into the kung fu style, or the Arshin will evolve into for you sweaty rogue players, it will evolve into the Oni style. And when it comes to the magic orb class, though, we are very excited to add this into because of Merlic's magic orb in the show, which is a very unique weapon that she uses, and we had to think of a way to add it into the game and make it plausible with the way our combat works. What we ended up deciding on is that magic orbs would be an accessory for those who want to, you know, take on the full magic builds, as orbs don't do loads of damage, but will be more depending on the stats that you have catered into your magic. And also they're really primarily used to start up magic combos. The animation concept for it initially was actually based off the orbs from Brawlhalla, which actually the end product turned out pretty fucking well. Now on that note, here's a quick show of the gauntlets class as well, to cater to those who are going on the fist build, so that way you can upgrade your gauntlet weapons at the blacksmith and go toe-to-toe with those who are using these mythical weapons against you, so that way you can make your gauntlets around 6 stars level as well. Speaking of mythicals, the mythical gauntlets are actually the arcane gauntlets, you know, Vi's gauntlets, and we spent a lot of time, you know, just working on this because I am a massive arcane fan, and we decided, you know, we don't want to just go full dive head first into like making sure that these look perfect.
Now, funny enough, first and foremost, the Goddess mode looks so good that we had to remake all the other racial modes to ensure that they all were aesthetically equal. Now, we first had to sit down and take a look at all the other modes and really think at why they were pissing us off so much. Then we also took into account that STS-wise, there wasn't really much to go off because the only type of modes shown were the India form. And in order to make this a somewhat balanced game, we cannot in good conscience give only one race like a massive form like that, meaning we really have to get back to the drawing board and create custom concepts for all the racial modes, making sure they all looked as brilliant as intended. Because the only reason we came up with the Goddess mode one initially was to rival the Demon one. So now we set ourselves on a quest to put the same effort into every single racial mode transformation. Now onto the modes themselves, we'll use the Goddess and Demon modes as examples since they are the two rarest races in the game for release. So when fighting in your racial mode, you can essentially do everything you can as a player, and then on top of that your added moves. The best way to make sure this didn't become some massive VFX light show like Bloxfruits or something is to pay attention to detail to the mechanics of the two moded players when they're fighting each other and how they make each other react differently to the normal player. For example, finishing a full M1 combo on a moded player won't knock them back due to the weight feature, but if then you yourself is also in a racial mode, you can knock back another moded individual and continue the combination with an active ability like you would have two players when they're smaller forms. We wanted to ensure that each racial mode felt individual. So the Goddess mode focuses more on speed, the Demon mode focuses more on assault, which is why when it does this full M1 combo string, fireballs are shot out to the side to make sure the destruction is brought to everything within its path. The giant mode is essentially a tank, and as for the fairies, yeah, I can't lie, those niggas are just disturbing as fuck. You can be brought out of your mode via moves such as the Minotaur's Roar, which gives a demoding effect, but also later on, once we add further power level scaling, like in the series, at higher levels, immense magical pressure can knock you back out of your mode too if the power level between you two is too great and you choose to knock them down a peg. Progression wise with modes, these race modes that you see here are the max evolution possible for the normal variants of a race. Higher variants such as the noble demons, goddesses and so on will be able to evolve further. But actually, as you go up a stage in power, it knocks you back into your R15 form, so they can take on the appearances such as the Assault mode, and then further on the Demon King mode, which will be on updates post-release, so you don't need to worry about that for now. Now, first and foremost, I'm going to show you the concepts for these armors, and then I'm going to show you the armors themselves. Now, basically, depending on the environment, we not only have a multitude of different monsters and wild animals that are ready to attack you at any given time, but there are certain NPC races who look a lot more like Roblox players that will come and attack you based on the region they are found in. As we wanted to ensure that everything you encounter feels unique, we've got multiple variants of armors made for each different NPC found in these different environments as well, both dividing between the male and the female to make sure that we are fully inclusive in this game. Now, to get this done, obviously, it consisted of us having to get all the concept art made for these first, in order for all the armors to truly feel unique, and then we got to work with making them. We could really be here all day, because when it comes to a list of it all, just the R15 NPC faction groups alone you would run into, not include the groups like the Ravengers, which were based from our game's custom story lore, or the game's NPC Holy Knights, or hostile sea NPCs who pilot the ships. Then you have things like the Forest Dwellers, the Highlanders, Wildlings, Fremen, Cave Dwellers, Fairy Hunters, Druids, Giant Deserters, Giant Nomads, Rogue Fairy, Fairy Guardians, Fallen Celestials, Goddess Missionaries, Banished Demons, Demon Officers, and the list goes off.
And then also we have monsters wise, things like the Vast, the Reaper Frog, the Blue Demon, the Critch, the Skeleton, the Deus Lupus, the Lava Drake, the Slughorn, the Deviant, the Winnie, the Giants, the Rockman, the Heifer, the Yeti, the Snowman, the Demon Creepers, and then there's all the sea mobs and all the world bosses, and like, nigga, we could do this all day, and we've been cooking, essentially. That's what I'm trying to get at. We've been cooking. After many reworks and many upgrades, now in Holy War X, there is no shortage when it comes to our PvE mobs in the game. I think on release there will be a minimum of 117 NPC armors, and this isn't including boss drop armors. Also, don't worry, all of these armors will be attainable in-game as well. The game's drip right now goes hard as fuck. Now, when it comes to capes, since we started this project, we added initial capes for King Arthur, and that was essentially it. But none of them really gave the feel that we wanted. Unlike an anime like One Piece, there are a multitude of designs to choose from to create these cloaks and jackets. Seven Deadly Sins is mainly uniquely armor focused, so we had to come up with custom designs for all of our capes. Then for our jackets, we split them up into jacket and then long coat form to add to the arsenal. All in all, they turned out pretty good. Then, ensuring we got the physics perfect for it, we also encountered another hurdle, which we managed to eventually tackle pretty damn fucking well. Now, as I said earlier, Seven Deadly Sins is mainly uniquely armor focused for the weird designs of all of the Holy Knights. So now I'm going to show you all of the references that we took from the show and then our interpretation of it in order to make them, plausible to the game.
Also, quick note, we got all of our customization clothing remade since we realized we originally were somewhat lazy with this and had set color coordination on our clothing, but instead what we did is we got each of them remade specifically so that way they can be recolored with both primary and secondary colors, so everyone in the game can come out with a lot more unique looking clothing sets. And then also on top of that, we went across and like fixed all of our boots, that way all of the boots that you have which go on your lower leg and also your feet can like transverse between all the different clothes. It's pretty hard to explain, but obviously I'll explain it with this little clip here. So now with all the new special armors and fresh customizable clothing, which has even now specifically been remade so all the high boots fit on top of the pants in game, if I see a single one of you in game looking the exact same as someone else's character, nigga, I'll kill you. There is no excuse for you to be copying another man's drip, another man's sauce. There is no reason for you to be stealing anyone else's sauce in this game because it is exceptional. You know what, let me stop. I feel like I'm threatening some of you a bit too much. Let's move on quickly. Now, onto wildlife. Unlike normal mobs in-game, wildlife do really mind their own fucking business. Although they are necessary for cooking a majority of your meals, a majority of the wildlife in-game will not fight back and just run away from you after sensing they're in danger. But for ones that do fight back, since their primary source in-game is mainly just being food, they obviously have quite a lot simpler attack patterns than things such as demon mobs and world bosses and your average player-looking NPCs. Still not simple enough to let your guard down though, because the wildlife that do attack have a lot of their moves set to be finishers, so best either get to killing or mind your own damn fucking business. My camera and fucking action, I'll be as quick and concise with this as I can possibly be. Now, first off, we have omnidirectional movement. We added that to not only the players, but also, you know, the race characters as well, the race modes, to ensure that, you know, the game just looks a lot cleaner, a lot smoother when you're walking around from left to right and back to front. We also made it so when you press right alt, it allows you to slow motion walk. We added this specifically when Wukong came out because we love the idea of being able to dramatically circular walk down your opponent, so we added the means to be able to do so. Then also we added some small changes such as the M1s are now cancelable by skills, because obviously let's say you're about to just start M1ing someone, but you decided that you want to now hit them with a move instead, so you're now able to do that. We did an entire rework of the movement, the combat movement, the general VFX of the game as well. I think there's not much reason for me to show you loads of clips of it because you've seen it throughout the course of this movie already, but I'll just put up a quick clip here for you to be able to, you know, to get a good grasp on what I mean by that. Fishing is getting changed slightly to be a bit more like fish, but visually will somewhat be the same, as we wanted to give more of a push to the peaceful and environmental aspects of the game. Right now, the way that we approach fishing was to ensure that just like in Minecraft, it was relaxing, rewarding, and ultimately just satisfying to idly do whilst you were in the game, so you could get lost in a trance and progress your fishing whilst catching more rare, larger, and exotic fish with stronger and better rods to in turn help you level up and also cook better meals in game, which gives you better status effects and help with later quests down the line. We'll go over cooking a little bit later in the movie as well. Even something as simple as the music whilst you're fishing helps add to the seamless, relaxing, and peaceful factor of the whole ordeal. For example, if you are fishing for a long time, at the moment your character automatically goes into a fishing idle phase where you sit down and our custom peaceful fishing music plays. Then it abruptly changes once you have caught a fish onto the hook to something a bit more intense. Now the funny thing is we actually got two entirely separate songs made just for fishing itself, both with the same general theme but just a change in tone, so that way the two songs blend into each other perfectly whilst you get locked into your fishing excursion. Though after seeing fish, we realized what helped attest to their game's success was everything I just mentioned now, with a few extra things such as the large world exploration experience, which we already have, but also simple things such as being able to show off your latest catch to your boys. So we'll add a few things to fishing on top of what we have now, such as, you know, mutant variants for our fishes, more fish in general, tweaking the mini game to make it a bit more intense and a bit more, you know, a bit more gripping, adding something more to do whilst you're waiting for the fish to get on the hook, add a different mini game for the larger fish, add different types of baits, and then I think we can call it a day there because this is Holy War, it's not Grand Fishing Simulator. Oh, and furthermore, when fishing, you are able to fish out things such as enchantment scrolls in order to enchant your weapons and armors, exactly like in Minecraft. Oh, and speaking about Minecraft, I might as well explain how potion making works as well. So as many of our dev team members are severe Minecraft fans, I decided to make potion making work the same way as Minecraft, but obviously oriented towards the theme of the game. Now, for example, in Minecraft, in order to craft your potion, you first need to put in your base for all your potions, which is nether warts, of course. And then you can begin starting to place your different ingredients to make the general effect of the potion. Then to finish it off, in order to increase longevity or potency of the potion, you can add redstone or glowstone. Then in order to to make the potion splash, you add gunpowder, right? Now bear with me, let me cook. So due to the nature of 7 deadly sins, there are 5 races in game on release, meaning that if you are killing any NPC, if it's not a normal wilderness animal or skeleton, it is most likely a human, fairy, giant, demon, or goddess. When killing any of the monsters, be it if it's an R15 model or a Mess Deformation beast, it will drop a base drop, which are any of these. You know, the giant's foot, fairy ears, human heart, beastman fur, goddess essences, and goddess feathers, and all sorts, of course, the list goes on. Then when you pair one of these together with a non-base mob drop, but a more actual rare one, which is specified not only by the race, but more so tailored to the monster that you just defeated, such as the giant's toe, or the orc king tusk, or the horn of the red demon, you then finish off the potion with an earthly ingredient, so meaning something like a 4-leaf clover, or a seaweed, or a mushroom, and these can all be found on different regional islands across the maps. Now this is the general makeup of a potion with an effect, but furthermore we added modifiers. So if you want to increase your potency in game, you add salt, which can also be used to cook high level meals, and if you want to increase your longevity, you add sugar, and then to increase the splash radius when you throw your potion, you add gunpowder. You're probably wondering, where do you get gunpowder from? Well, we thought of this too, and we had a custom concept of a Minecraft creeper drawn and then turned into a demon to fit SDS, but I wanted to evolve the creeper so that the concept itself was drawn in to have gills in its neck to shoot out slime, which would keep the player stuck in place in order for the creeper to get to its target easier and then explode. The smallest things when developing have a chain effect into making us go the extra mile to ensure that you have a more fun experience in the game while combating creatures, and doing something as simple as getting gunpowder for a potion. And you're also probably quite confused about the whole splash radius thing. Well, right now in game you're able to drink potions and also throw them, but then when you do throw them, they do have a base splash radius, so this can be increased by adding the gunpowder ingredient. We added this because we have some potions such as stench, which makes it so certain mobs nearby stay away from you and won't aggro you because they, you stink like horse shit. And then on the other hand, you have fragrant, which makes all mobs in the surrounding area come and jump you because you smell like a fucking snack, mate. So if you want to be a dick, you could splash this onto one of your friends and run through a forest and then let the chaos unfold. Finally, on the topic of potions, you're probably wondering why there's only 2 modifier spots, and it is because the second one is really mainly just for gunpowder, as we realized if given the option, everyone would want to make every potion they cook up some super potion. So we made it if you increase the potency of your potion, you cannot increase the longevity. So you either use salt or sugar, and then you can add gunpowder as well. Now that you understand potions, you need to understand that the rarer potions you can make, such as the transformation potion, the invisibility potion, the seer potion, and many more, are crafted using rarer boss drops and rarer earthly ingredients such as the 4-leaf clover. So remember, rarer ingredients, rarer potions. I would also show you some recipes for the game, but you're meant to go into game and figure them out, so we don't want to ruin the fun for you. I did accidentally give away one of the recipes earlier, I just won't tell you what potion it's for. But yeah, the more you successfully create potions, the more your potion making progresses, and the less likely you are to fail when it comes to creating a potion. You can also sell potions in the world market, which I'll explain in a later video.
Now the final segment, blacksmithing. Now upgrading a weapon or armor piece consists of about maximum 5 items needed, but minimum about 4. This is how the weapon progression star system you've all seen actually works. Now remember, the rarity of a weapon only determines how many skills it will have. So a common will have 1, a rare will have 2, legendary 3, mythical 4. But every single weapon in game will have abilities to utilize within combat, support, or simply utility. And there will be about 57 weapons in game on release, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, we've been cooking. As far as armors, when it comes to rarity, that actually determines how rare the armor is to obtain. Keep in mind though, you can also pick up a weapon or armor piece from a chest, drop, or store at a star rarity of higher than 0. It is then up to you to progress that weapon yourself to its full potential. Now, first thing needed will be gold, and next is ores that are mined from various mine shafts all over the game's map on different islands, and obviously some islands mine shafts have better chances of spawning the rarer ones than others. Finally, you need what we call weapon armor cores, which were designed in order to encourage people to try and progress down a specific class path. Weapons, for example, were devised into individual class cores. For example, longsword core 1, you can get these via chance from chest drops, idle hostile NPC drops, world mission drop chests, and the game will be more inclined to drop your weapon / armor core of the kit that you're using. As you try to continue to progress your weapon, as you get to about 3 stars, you'll need a longsword core 2, which will be a bit harder to find, insisting you start going on harder quests and completing tasks of a higher caliber. Then, when you try to progress to star 5, you'll need a longsword core 3. From there on, the max progression of any weapon is 6 stars. Oh shit, and here's cooking, by the way. You can craft a campfire or an advanced pot depending on your cooking level, and cook your meals and sit down with your boys and then eat them.
and it looks like we're finally fucking done. Now, before we wrap up, I'd like to quickly show you guys what the game looked like. What the game looked like previously, and how we've actually evolved over the past like 2 years or so. And I'm really glad that we actually took the time to rework everything, because realistically, everything that's been done for Armours now, like the Armours we've been working on, because I mean the backend code itself is about a year and a half's work or so, because we re-scrapped everything and we reworked the fuck out of it. And I'm glad we did. Like, I remember when we were about to release earlier, it was my senior developers who advised me against it, because they said the game is not up to the standard of what we've been promoting to the people, and I agreed with that. And now I feel that we are definitely in a place where the game is what you guys have been promised. It's fucking insane. I love it. Now, before we wrap this up, there's one thing I'd like to say. I think everyone is waiting most indefinitely for Armours and RLCs, and both games are going to be absolutely exemplary on the platform. But there is one thing that, you know, everyone else is waiting for other than our games, and it's...
You hear me? Hit the rollie stone with the rollie on. What was our getaway car? Jag portfolio. You hear me? Hey, I heard I had some